This is the first Seattle Seahawks game of the season where it was stress-free. It didn't go down to the wire. Just kidding. We didn't watch that at all today. The Seattle Seahawks struggled a lot in this football game, and one that they definitely shouldn't have. This is one of those football games where I thought for certain that they would walk out of here winning by 2 or 3 scores, but no. Anytime the Seahawks play the Los Angeles Rams, it doesn't matter if they're in St. Louis in the Pete Carroll era, it is a dogfight. This game went down to the wire. 27-23, Seattle wins this football game. There's a lot of encouraging factors that I saw for this game, but I just am not extremely encouraged for the basis that this is a team that was missing Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, and Cooper Kupp, to just name a few players that were not present with the LA Rams. There was many others that weren't a part of the squad, but those 3 are very important, which is why I was thinking they're gonna blow this game out of the water. They struggled. They had issues on defense. Stopping the run is just a thing the Seahawks cannot do right now. They had well over 160 yards in rushing as a team. That is something that needs to change. That Denver Broncos pick, though, is getting better and better each week, isn't it? They got a top 5 pick right now. Russell Wilson is just not having a good season. Who would have thought that the Broncos would be sitting at 3-9? So they're gonna address that in next year's draft, but right now it's a struggle. Geno has been absolutely amazing for the Seahawks. I believe today he had 2 sacks. He got to the quarterback. He's able to stop some lanes, but he's only one man. But that's an area that needs to be an emphasis. If we're gonna see this team go far into the playoffs, we're gonna see them compete in games, they have got to step it up on the D-line. Things have to change. But I'm really encouraged by the Seattle Seahawks defense. They're able to get turnovers again. I was really encouraged with the fact that they won the 3rd down conversion battle. 4 of 12 today from the LA Rams. That's good. That's a recipe for success if Seattle's going to win football games, is beating them on 3rd down. We saw in the prior 2 games with the Buccaneers, and we saw with the game right after the Buccaneers that I can't remember, the Raiders, where they struggled on 3rd down. That was a battle quite consistently, but they did it today. They were able to win the battle, and then on their offensive side, they were 50%. Not a crazy amazing rate, but if you can get it out of one out of every 2 times, that's gonna be a pretty good rate in my perspective as a recipe for success. They did a lot of good things overall, which is what made them win the football game, but I just think they've gotta fine-tune some areas. Another key thing from the defense today is they were able to rush the passer. They had 4 sacks on defense. That is encouraging. So overall, it was a well-balanced defensive effort. I would have liked to have seen a little bit less points on the board with how much the Rams are playing with. At the end of the day, a win is a win. The offensive side of things, I think some negatives on that side of the field was they need to step up a little bit on that O-line. There is not much running lanes like there have normally been. There's a bit of struggles of getting time for Geno. They had 4 sacks. You know, that fumble that Geno had was, that was not so great. The interception, I'm not calling that an interception. I know it'll be on that on the stat sheet. There's by no means that was an interception. Jones was more than down. I don't even understand the NFL replay system. Why even have it? Definitely was hard to get back from that, but thankfully Seattle did capitalize on their opportunities. And that's the positive that I want to roll into with the offense. Geno Smith balled out once again. He is showing this squad that he is a leader. He obviously at one point in time was talking to Ken Walker. They were going back and forth with one another. Unfortunately, Ken Walker left the game with an ankle injury. I think he's going to be A-okay for the season moving ahead, but he definitely had that injury come up, which stopped him from playing more into the football game. Getting back to Geno, though, he is a leader. He's stepped up today, had over 350 yards passing. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf got into the action. Tyler Lockett had 128 receiving yards. DK Metcalf had 127. They were doing amazing. I mean, this is fun to see. You know, the part that I loved most was especially in the end when DK Metcalf got that touchdown pass, but Geno Smith got his first game-winning touchdown drive in the 4th quarter for the first time since 2014. I think we just need to do a good little clap right there for Geno. Geno has played lights out all season. I would be excited to see him come back next year. This game showed me some things that I haven't seen. This is something I feel like it's been missing with the Seahawks is Geno being able to capitalize on the opportunities. He did it this time. He did it against a good defense, even though there was obviously key pieces missing. Jalen Ramsey was still out there, and the guy that was throwing the touchdown was DK Metcalf when Jalen Ramsey was in coverage. So I am really encouraged by that the offense was able to still get it done in the end. They picked up their defenses back. It was a great team effort. Seattle moves to 7-5 on the season, and they've really got a good chance in the NFC West to possibly sneak out a division championship, that they would win the division on the basis of what happened with Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers. However, what an amazing game by Brock Purdy for him to be able to put that together, going from Mr. Irrelevant to very much relevant and leading his team to 8-4 on the season. Seattle's got a great matchup coming up next week. They played well today, winning 27-23. Let me hear your thoughts about this football game. It was fun to watch. I'm excited that they won. Fun is a word I'm gonna use loosely, because like I said, these games have been too close. It's time for Seattle to get a blowout win. Let's see if they can do that next week.